Hello people of the internet, my name is Misty. I'm a forensic scientist who's a side character in a series of mystery novels, and welcome to the next episode of Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. Last time on Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, we successfully discovered the true identity of the murderer responsible for the death of our next-door neighbor, the nine-fingered circus man whose nine-fingeredness wound up having nothing to do with anything. So today, we're going to reap our just rewards by looking at his stuff. Yes, Ventus, welcome to my first unboxing video. Okay, what do we have here exactly?
My mother always wore this around her neck until one day it disappeared. I was wondering where it went.
Dun,
She
dun.
said it was a birthday present from a good friend.
Dun dun dun. So did he just take it back, or was it stolen? I'm honestly not sure. Perhaps it's a mystery, or perhaps I'm overthinking things. Letter from Violet to Theodore Gilden. My dear Theodore, you know I value our bonds more than most other bonds. We share the same restless soul, and your acceptance and support in trying times has been a blessing. I'm endlessly grateful for the turn of fate that saw Sidra and I join the same expedition as you. It changed my life for the better. Nevertheless, I am not blind, nor a hypocrite. I know that your feelings towards me have deepened. Forgive me, Theodore, but I do not feel as you do. I must spare you the pain of one-sided love before it is too late. Please see enclosed the necklace you so thoughtfully gifted in remembrance of our adventure together. I cannot in good conscience continue to wear it. I know this letter will cause you such hurt, and for that I can but apologize deeply. Yet my heart is with Sidra, who is still unaware of your desires. If this sees the end of our friendship, I will understand, but I truly hope we can continue to share the conversations, collaborations, and kindnesses that have brought me such joy all these years. Yours respectfully, Violet. Fascinating.
I just had another glimpse of a memory, John. It's fuzzy, but I'm sure it happened somewhere in the manor.
Finally moving forward. Shall we go?
I think we shall, Johnny. Can't even talk to him anymore. Gotta go inside. This is not my manor. This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful John. I'm going entirely the wrong way. Return to the manor. I suppose hypothetically speaking I could fast travel there, but it is literally right next door. See? Stone wood. Stone, but it's also wood. Do we have mail? I doubt we're gonna get mail. This place doesn't exactly look up to code. Okay. That's an umbrella.
Mycroft's umbrella, the only outgoing thing in his wardrobe.
The
You know, I
cutscene was...
envy you, Sherry. You can talk to other people and they won't ignore you.
And I envy you. You can ignore any person you're bored with. You don't miss out on much. Most men are dull, unlike yourself.
Well, I'm flattered.
How do you mean today? I hope you have a great stream. Thank you, Moody Presents. Thank you for showing up. We just unlocked another one of Sherlock's repressed memories, and now we're going to go see which of these doors it maps to, because that's how we made this a game. It's not a door, that's a curtain. Curtains are not real. Ventus Mayer asks, is John some sort of mental block between Holmes and his past memories, some sort of emotional trauma? John was created by Holmes' imagination, some sort of gatekeeper. Would be an interesting twist. It's certainly a sorry, I keep tinkering with stuff, and every time I do, I have to log out of the game, and it disconnects. Oh, OBS, stop doing this. But yeah, that is a thought I've had as well. If you'll remember, the first time I ever saw the idea that there were mental blocks, that Holmes had mental blocks, and that stuff was happening, I compared this to a Mori. I don't know if either of the people in chat right now have played a Mori, but it is a very similar concept to what Ven is talking about. I had
a surprise for my mother. You had a shovel with you, John. I was holding an ancient Greek vase, or rather, quite a big piece of it. I remember now, we dug up the vase from Greek ruins here on Cordona, and were eager to show my mother right away.
Fascinating.
For some reason, the door was closed. We knocked.
But nobody answered. We thought that she was busy.
So we left the vase and ran downstairs.
Although, come to think of it, Ventus, I don't think John being created as a result of covering up emotional trauma can be it, because we know John existed before Mrs. Holmes died. But that doesn't preclude the possibility.
There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
That doesn't preclude the possibility that he took on the role after the fact. Okay, we can't open the door. Okay, if we can't open the door, then what?
I heard footsteps upstairs a second ago. Wait, do we have an attic here?
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
People who know more about game development than I do, does this mirror being dirty but still having reflection, is that more or less impressive than just programming a mirror normally? I do wonder. Someone had hide a key in a pocket. I thought I did see. I have vague memories of seeing a... Oh, hello. I decided
to gather some archaeological tools in order to take a closer look at the vase.
But then we heard something, didn't we?
Yes. It came from upstairs.
Yeah, that's cause for concern. Ava, hello! Welcome to the stream. We're playing Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, a prequel to Sherlock Holmes. We're currently working our way through some of Sherlock's repressed memories from his childhood, and talking about a completely unrelated game.
The vase was broken, shards scattered all over the floor, and your mother was standing at the door.
Indeed, John. I doubt it was her. Let me concentrate. Otto Richter was standing there, furious at us. Dr. Richter told us never to disturb my mother when the door is closed. He said she had broken the vase.
But we didn't believe him. I bet he smashed it.
So, Mrs. Holmes wasn't entirely doing that well mentally.
Her things are still here.
Bodes
Presumably, Mycroft
poorly.
never felt the need to sort through it all.
Or couldn't bring himself to.
No. He would have put it behind him and moved on. My brother is not one for sentimentality.
Oh no, a music box. Those only exist in really tragic cases. I've seen this several times before. Okay, new door unblocked. What do we have here? What's in the morning paper? Sidra Holmes' obituary in the Times. London, 21st of August, 1865. Mr. Sidra Moreland Holmes, the renowned archaeologist, authenticator, and historian, is dead. Mere 21 years of 41, I can't read. Mere 41 years of age, he was seized by a cardiac event during the opera at the Covent Garden Theatre on Saturday. Despite a physician's best efforts, he remained insensible and died at 20 minutes past 6 o'clock last evening. His sudden end came with a severe shock to his large circle of acquaintances. Mr. Holmes is survived by his wife Violet and his two sons Mycroft, age 16, and Sherlock, age 6. Funeral services will be held Wednesday at Highgate Cemetery of St. James by Reverend W.E. Stanley.
It's a strange feeling to read about my father's death in the newspaper. I can't recall anything except the deep feeling of loss.
You were too young. It happened before we even met. It's so sad. I'm sorry.
Oh, Ava, you like mystery games too? That's good, because they're basically the only thing I'm any good at. Thank you for showing up. When in doubt, read other people's mail. An old sheet of paper. March 25th, 1869, examination note of Dr. Otto Richter. Just looking at his name, I assume Dr. Richter is going to have a German accent. Sherlock Sholmes, Queen of Rodent, thank you for coming. Yes, Sherlock Sholmes. The great detective. Over the last few months, I have asked Mrs. Holmes to sketch some landscapes. The first few were clear and accurate, but subsequent drawings quickly drifted away from reality. It appears her disease progresses rapidly and perhaps even affects her vision. I may need to consider trepanation. I really hope they tell us what trepanation is after I hit escape. Nope. Dang it all. For the benefit of newcomers in chat, this is Sherlock. Guy over in the corner is John. He is not real. He is a figment of our imagination. We are on the island of Cordona. Mrs. Holmes is dead. We were originally here to visit the grave, but we uncovered some suspicious goings-on, involving lots of memory repression on our part. And now we're going through our old house, and looking in this bathtub. Place needs a good scrubbing, that's what it needs.
I would love to take a bath right now.
Not this one. Surface corrosion suggests it was prone to extreme temperature fluctuations. For medical purposes, I suppose.
Yeah. Just a little note for all of you in chat. Sticking your hand in boiling water is not actually good for your mental health. I can attest to that from experience. And a bell.
Straps on the bed. Just doesn't look right.
This place is really going to the dogs.
This picture was drawn by my mother. I recognize her hand. There's a date on it, 8th of December, 1868.
There has not been any reference. Hello, Desmere, thank you for showing up. There has not been any references to Sherlock taking hard drugs yet, although given the psychological state he is in, I would not be surprised.
This seems a bit odd. I can recognize my mother's style, but it's far too sloppy. Dated 12th of February, 1869.
That's not nice.
It's difficult to tell what this is meant to represent. There's no date at all.
Never look through another woman's medicine
This
cabinet.
room always reeked with an acrid medicinal stench. And here is the reason. Looks like it was damaged by a blunt object.
Well, now we know what happened to the vase.
Look what I found. The White King is under attack. Sherry, can you save him and checkmate the opponent in one move?
No, I don't play chess.
You're not obliged to be here, Sherry. We can leave any time you want.
We can, John. This is important.
Oh, nice move. You saved the king and checkmated the Black King with the rook.
Okay.
You're not obliged.
John, you weren't even playing.
To be here, Sherry. We can leave any time you want.
What's in this trunk? Observation Journal, Observation of Mrs. Violet Holmes by Dr. Otto Richter, 19th of May, 1868. Initial consultation revealed the patient suffers from sleep problems, periods of anxiety, and slight confusion of memories. Relatable. Prescribed a strong sedative to be administered daily and will continue to monitor symptoms. 3rd of August, 1868. Sedation has helped minimize anxiety attacks, but Mrs. Holmes now experiences catatonia, apathy, and prolonged depressive states. Relatable. Moreover, the patient's confusion has worsened, and she has begun writing letters to her deceased husband as if he were alive. I have prescribed 6 further drugs to balance her medical state and weekly hydrotherapy. 27th of November, 1868. The current drug treatment has delivered middling results with confusion worsening into near constant delusion. Patient grows aggressive when these beliefs are contradicted, prompting aggressive behavior. I have now witnessed several episodes of violence against her own family and towards herself. Consequently, I ordered that bars be installed on the windows and that Mrs. Holmes be strapped to her bed at night. The dosage of all medications has been raised. I have prescribed the patient additional hypnotherapy sessions as well as some mild hallucinogens. The way Sherlock is talking about all this, I don't know how much of this he remembered before we walked in this room. I don't like to look at these tools
Do you
either.
think the doctor could have used these tools here? I hope not.
Ava, I guarantee you are the only person on this earth who thinks that, but thank you. Stirs white powder.
No labels. I doubt it ever had one. There appear to be residues of the bottle's contents at the bottom.
Do we have to perform science on it? I think we do. Okay, we can add and we can swap. We gotta get it to 3. Easy enough. I have successfully done chemistry. Analysis identified the substance as a hallucinogen derived from mushrooms. His voices give off the cool I don't care. Uncle, I'm only 23. Ventus, how dare you? I am not an Oji-san. I am cool and hip and with it. I am one of your fellow kids. Yeah, but we did science. Man, more than half of people in chat right now were not here, but the first episode I did of this game, I had the chemistry puzzle difficulty turned up as high as it would go, and that did not go well. I was rather embarrassed for myself. But enough about that, it is time to admire nature.
My mother loved flowers. They made her smile. I remember we would bring a new bouquet every week to make her a bit happier.
That's why we collected all the violet flowers we could find on the island.
It sounded like a setup for a side quest, but I guess not. Okay, what am I not seeing here? Something on the side table. Potassium bromide.
Seems this was the most frequently used medication. 1 dram dissolved in a glass of water, administered daily. Not to exceed 1 dose in 24 hours, not to be given to children.
I caught on fire in chemistry class. I like fire way too much. Remember when I was in chemistry class once? I did not start fires. I actually had the opposite problem. There was a set of gas burners we had in the chem lab that we used to heat stuff, because that's what you do with lab and heat and burners. I remember the burner on the table I sat at. Hold on, I just want to set up a nice cinematic look for this story I'm about to tell. The burners at the table I was sitting at, good enough, was not, like, attached properly, so it took forever to actually get burning. Like you'd have to leave it on high for an entire class period just to get a visible flame. So one day, we were doing that. We got the fire going, there was a nice jet of blue flames coming out, and I just reflexively went, oh, well, the fire's on, I guess I can turn it off now, and I just immediately switched the burner off, which caused the fire to go out. It's Yeah, that's about how I felt at the time. It is amazing they still let me in the lab after all I've done. We just found a letter. We just found a letter. We just found a letter. Wonder who it's from. February 1869 from Violet to Sidra. My gentle Sidra, alas, I am still yet to receive any correspondence from you. One presumes my previous letters are chasing you around the continent as you travel. I hope you are in good health and already on your way home. Forgive my impatience, but life without your kind voice and bright eyes is scarcely worth living. The boys need their father around too. I can tell they miss you, though as you well know, Mycroft is not one to wear his heart on his sleeve. In case my prior letters have been lost, please know that we have relocated to Cordona. Please come back soon. Forever yours, Violet. February 1869.
Oh, it brings back some memories.
After examining Mother's room, I started remembering a chaotic morning together. Sherlock and Blue's Clues crossover only if they do that thing they did in, like, the Batman Looney Tunes crossover where they reimagined Blue as a Riddler-esque supervillain who deliberately leaves clues to her crimes. His crimes. His crimes. Blue was the boy, Magenta was the girl. Or was it the other? No. No, Magenta was a guy. Blue was a girl. I was right the first time. I should have known better than to doubt myself. Anyway, it's time to look at...
We had to put the tray with Mother's morning tea down, but why? Mother was troubled that morning. Something we did upset her. Dr. Richter tried to calm her down.
I don't like where this is going.
The broken plate shards were all over the floor. Mycroft had to change his suit as the one he was wearing was completely stained. It's starting to ring a bell. I think it happened in the morning.
Starting to wonder if I should put a content warning filter on these streams. Okay, what happened here? Okay, it strikes me as pretty beyond. If only it could be so easy.
I don't believe you! Liars! Get away from me! It's not true! It's not real!
What? Oh.
Everything will be okay, Sherry. I promise.
It was the morning of the 9th of April, the day my mother died.
The morning of April 9th. The 9th of April started off badly. My mother was anxious, then hysterical. She threw food and shouted at the doctor, calling him a liar. John and I brought her morning tea, but when the shout started, I became scared. The only thing I could think to do was hide near the bed and wait for everything to pass. Thankfully, John was there to protect me and calm me down.
My mother, she was not just ill, but mad. God have mercy.
I'm sorry. That explains why you locked the memory away.
There must be more, John. That was the morning of her death. I need to know what happened. John!
Every time you... I just don't... Please, Sherry, leave it be.
Just breathe, John. You know that I cannot leave the last stone unturned. We are so close.
I know. But can we at least leave it for another day?
I'm sorry, John. I need to become Sherlock Holmes, or this game won't make any sense.
It cannot wait. Let us find another door and finally learn the truth.
That's pointless, Sherry. To date, you have had no control over the return of these memories. It is all triggered by your work elsewhere on Cordona. You must accept that this will have to wait. Are you all right?
I honestly don't think Sherlock is alright, but he's certainly not going to be the one to confess it.
In the end, little has changed. My mother was still unwell, just not with tuberculosis. What I do not yet understand is why Mycroft lied about it. There are precious few pieces of this puzzle remaining, John. Let us dawdle here no longer.
Bye, Ava, thanks for showing up.
Wait. Did you hear that?
Yes. Metallic soles. What is this sailor doing here?
Why is it always sailors? What is it with Conan Doyle? Really?
Home sweet home, Sherry.
Yeah,
Sherlock,
it
isn't it?
is.
I was looking for you.
With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
You could call me your new game. The rules are simple. I have something for you, but you alone must work out what that is.
And that something is my prize, I suppose?
You're a fast learner, sir.
Yeah, this ought to be good. Is this Minecraft? I don't know why anyone else would be messing with us like this. Did art recently. Uniform's crappy. You don't have a sailor's hands. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother reading both of these out. This is very obvious. A real sailor would not have completely uncalloused hands, especially not in the 1800s. Few artists know my name or where I live, so Vogel best fits the role of the game master. Considering the tiny square-shaped object in the fixated pocket, I deduced he was employed at Vogel's art gallery, and the real reason for his visit was to pass me an invitation.
I cannot believe that Mr. Vogel has somehow successfully called my attention to his gallery. You're here with an invitation to visit it, obviously.
My word, you are fast, Mr. Holmes. Could you explain how you came to that conclusion?
Of course. Explanations are my favorite part of any conversation. Hands without any sign of regular physical activity, in contradiction to one who would most usually wear such a uniform. The paint in your hair is pink. I don't know of any military service that paints their ships pink, unless they have launched a new fashionable fleet. A sailor with the soul of an artist? I would suggest rather a gallery employee disguised as a sailor to mislead me. How many artists on the island know where I live and of my passion for deduction? Werner Vogel is clearly at the top of the list. And you've been attempting to conceal something square-shaped within your pocket. An invitation, I suppose. An invitation to Mr. Vogel's gallery.
That was remarkable, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Vogel was right about your genius. I think he may have even underestimated you. This is your invitation. Please tell Mr. Vogel that the seed has been planted. He asked me to tell you to do so, if you win this little game. Farewell.
My dear Sherlock Holmes, as you no doubt have already guessed, I would like to invite you to experience my art exhibition, not only for the purpose of the contemplation of beauty, but a more general need of your genius. You'll find the gallery at the Caravanserai, at the crossroads of Bazaar Road and Herbies Avenue in the Old City. Always your friend, V2, brother of Emperor Charles the Britannia.
You won't believe it, but Werner's other idea was to put me in a dress.
Oh, you mean like this one? Nah, it looks bad. I've done it. I've achieved comedy.
Home sweet home, Sherry.
Okay, this is quite silly. Okay. Bazaar Road and Hermes Avenue in the Old City. And what else do we have here? Central Scaladio. This is closer. This is obviously being set up as a main case. I'm gonna knock this out of the way just while we're in the area first. Central Scaladio. It's about as central as we're gonna get. I put on the wrong suit. I am the only one who cares about this, but it bothers me. This fast travel point looks closest.
Extra, extra! Corset or corsair? The yacht race champion was a woman in disguise, and she denies murdering Theodore Gilden. Interested in some Cordona news? Check the front page. You won't regret it.
Thank you, good sir. And their disregard for decorum and law, Paul Perks, former champion of Cordona Yacht Racing Tournament, has been revealed as a woman in disguise. The outlandish case involves deception, seduction, a dead businessman, and an elephant in an intricate plan of self-enrichment. Parks has denied all allegations and refuses to disclose her true identity. The imposter's unusual motive defense that she was too good to be caught and hence could not be the person responsible. The victim, Theodore Gilden, is survived by his daughter and their unorthodox pet, the aforementioned elephant. The creature was taken into the care of a philanthropist who wishes to remain anonymous. Fun. Now, back to running down the streets like a lunatic. There's an easel here. A place we can commission art or anything of the sort. Here we are. Stolen violin. My old violin has been taken. If you have any information that may aid my instrument's return, please visit me on Professor's Road, north of Adler Straits. It's a very conveniently named island. Anthony Jones. Let's see, Adler. Professors. Where's Adler? So, somewhere on this street. Excuse me?
The best antiques in the district.
Oh, is that so? Curious.
Are you able to help me?
Mr. Fancy Clothes won't find any answers here.
Okay, check it.
Exquisite furniture for your home. My goods will brighten up your house.
Cold and wooden, just like your father. God, this game is a mood from start to finish. Yes, I would like a bed. The
Enjoy your purchase.
Who knows, maybe getting the house back together will be good for Shirley. Organize your home and you organize your life, you know? Okay, that is the same poster we just looked at. Professor's Road north of Adler Street. Professor's Road isn't particularly long. We shouldn't have any difficulty finding the man.
I'm having deja vu. This house seems so familiar.
Greetings. Would you be here about my violin by any chance?
I am. I saw from your posters that it was stolen. The name is Sherlock Holmes.
Very pleased to meet you, Mr. Holmes. I'm Anthony Jones. But by the sounds of it, you haven't seen my instrument, alas. But if there's anything you can do to help locate it, I'd be most glad.
Suppose we should make sure he's on our side before we start tossing out questions.
It would be another crime if I let some petty thief get away with your beloved violin. Let me help you find it.
Oh, thank you very much. I cannot tell you how grateful I am. Oh, come inside, I'll show you everything.
Nice guy.
Feel free to look around.
The door was kicked in.
Don't know if we really need to look that closely to figure that out. Here's the scene of the crime.
The thief left the bow. I suppose he prefers pizzicato.
So... what does that mean? Can't imagine bows are as delicate as the instrument
Jagged bottle reeks of
itself.
cheap whiskey.
Probably motivated by money.
Clumsy of a thief to cut himself on the glass he just broke.
Not experienced.
The scrap of fabric is covered in white stains. An utterly useless theft deterrent for a glass display case. Nothing was taken except for the violin. How odd.
So our thief isn't particularly wealthy, isn't particularly talented, but knew that there was a violin here. Plus, we'll have something to go on once we get our chemistry done. Okay, now we're actually starting to get a bit difficult. So 3, there's no 3 and 1. Two. See, there's a 4, a -2, and a +2. And that gives us 2 reds, 4 greens. Put this down, add a minus to it. Nah, this isn't it. That's a reds off. 3 minus 2. Just leave us. 4-2. 1, that's the only one we've got to work with. Oh, why is chemistry so complicated? So... now I'm overcomplicating this. I'm massively overcomplicating this. I'm not that smart. It's literally just single-digit addition, Mitsu. Don't overthink this. The fabric bears traces of salt and gunpowder. Interesting mixture.
These are intricate pieces of music. Quite beautiful if my side reading holds true. I see you've received many accolades.
Ah, those are from a long time ago. I used to perform a lot in my youth.
Ah, yeah, I should have put
I
on my
can't hear
brainy
anything.
specs.
Has it got strings?
I would have fixed everything.
This cover is dusty. It hasn't been taken off for a long time.
Because he's focused on the violin and because he doesn't play any of it anymore.
Anything else you'd like to know?
Does anyone else live here?
No. My dear Emily died long ago. And God never blessed us with children. I used to give music lessons. But nobody visits me anymore.
You weren't here when the burglary happened, correct?
I was tending to my wife's grave at the cemetery. I was only gone a few hours and locked the door before leaving.
Okay. Now, our culprit was nice enough to leave us a nice convenient trail. Doubt it'll be as easy as just following it all the way to the exit. But it will probably tell us something. Bum, 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 bum. I like how the unknown culprit is portrayed in Sherlock's mind by a wooden mannequin. It's always an interesting challenge visually representing someone you don't know who it is. Do you mind? He likes dogs, I can't be too mad at him. Yeah, that was different. Hello, my DXD. I'm going to assume your name is supposed to be my dude. Stream is going well, thank you for asking. Someone stole a violin, fortunately. They were not very good at it and left a trail of blood directly to this door here if I read my room correctly.
The trail stops here among the waste. The trail stops here among the waste.
Okay. There's... So there's... Curious and curious, so what does that tell us? Oh, my brain is going in 100 different directions. Can't have a simple case. Do you play any instruments to stolen or otherwise? Okay, first of all, I haven't stolen anything since... Excuse me. Secondly, no, I do not play any instruments. In the family, we always like to joke that my younger sister stole all the musician genes. She plays like 5 different instruments, and I have a tin
It is
ear.
all so unfortunate.
Yes, there's no reason you'd know anything. I guess we should probably go ask that store, or rather that stall owner, about who was the one responsible for tripping over that conveniently placed bottle. Pardonnez-moi?
Hello, sir. Would you like some fruit? Fresh from the orchard?
I'm not hungry, but I'm looking for a violin that was stolen. Any chance you saw someone with one?
Oh, yes, I did. It was sailors, sir. And they were very good customers.
It's
They
always
just for fruit
sailors!
And said that my donkey looks like their friend. Lieutenant Sean.
A lieutenant. Did you see where they went?
No, sorry, sir. I was helping other buyers. Oh, and sir, the sailors also took my donkey. So I guess they weren't very good customers. They promised to return him, but they didn't come back. My father will kill me if he finds out. So I'm still waiting here for them.
Do you know Anthony Jones, the musician? He lives nearby.
Of course. Mr. Jones is very kind. He never barters. Funny you ask.
I'm yet to crack a smile, so pray tell.
Well, the first time they came by, the sailors mentioned something about music, so I told them Mr. Jones can teach them how to play. Wait, so what is his violin? Oh.
He's just a kid, Sherlock. Be nice.
You couldn't have known they would steal from the old man. Fortunately, you made up for it with your testimony. I'll find them and your donkey soon enough. Stay put.
Yeah, but no, seriously, what is it with the 1800s and sailors? It was sailors in The Murder of Marie Roget. It was sailors in that one case that got adapted into Crimes and Punishment, so I won't say it for spoiler reasons. It was sailors the last case in this game. Not only a violin, but also a donkey. The animal's owner didn't see where they went, but perhaps other merchants by the cathedral did. Okay, now... Unfriendly. Despising. Hostile. Affable, but he's not a shop.
Take a look. Try it on. It'll be a nice purchase.
Keep hitting the wrong button. Wonder D.
We have a large assortment and pleasant prices. The finest clothes for the finest citizens.
Okay, we own these. Wind coat. For science. You monster. Gray suit. The finest finery. That's Ottoman suit. That's Turkish delight. Holes in all the wrong places. People keep giving us shit for not looking. The reason everyone in this area hates us is because we're not dressed properly. We look out of place. Yeah, don't starve yourself for my sake, Ventus. Okay, the reason everyone is upset with us here is because we look out of place. We look like some fancy rich fop going on a poverty tour. So let's purchase. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna buy it.
A perfect choice.
Now, since we're in front of a changing station, can we change here? We can. Fortunately, we don't have any particularly Turkish headwear. Why didn't I buy that fez when I had a chance? Okay, let's see if this doesn't help.
We have a large assortment and pleasant prices.
Let's see if this doesn't help, Annie.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, every story has a price. You're lucky I'm telling you this for free.
So let's put the donkey near a drinking fountain by the archway with a column. Power of disguise.
Come closer and try something on. You won't regret it.
Go now, what? Near a drinking fountain, by the archway with a column. Here's a fountain. Is it a drinking fountain? I don't know.
Take a look. Try it on. It'll be a nice purchase.
Archway with a column.
Exquisite furniture for your home. Sorry, I've nothing to offer you at present.
And why did you yell at me? Are drinking fountains quite represented upon a map? Here's an archway. I don't see any fountains.
Refresh your interior. Pick what you like.
Take a look. Try it on. It'll be a nice purchase.
How does one go about locating fountains? The archway. Am I supposed to know, like, the one true archway? Okay, here's a drinking fountain. Here's an archway. Which way did they push the donkey?
One of them lost his cap.
Hello there, thank good luck with the investigation. Thank you, Walter. We're currently attempting to track down a stolen violin. Not sure where we go from here, honestly.
One of them lost his cap.
I know we're going in generally the right direction. Oh, no, this is a false beard. Sherlock is, of course, a master of disguise. And I'm putting this on because it helps blend in with the locals, which makes random NPCs we confront on the street be nicer to us. Not this guy, though. This guy's kind of racist. So we're looking for someone who stole a violin and also a donkey.
Help me, please.
My friend, I know nothing. I'm sorry.
You were conspicuous and you were just standing there motionlessly. I really hope this winds up being a joke case where they just, as we go, we keep finding more and more, like, weird stuff. Doesn't say we need to question any more people, so I guess it's safe to take this off. Pin the evidence and use concentration. Okay, we got the cap. Am I meant to just assume we keep walking forward? Is that what the game wants from me? No. So the point of buying the suits is disguise, not cosmetic. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of them... Hold on. Marine, seaman, Vishvanka, criminal. Okay, I have... Wait, hold on. Like, I'm pretty sure this, like, widow's outfit is purely cosmetic, and I don't think we're going to have to be disguising ourselves as a widow anytime soon. But yeah, if you look and see over here, different outfits have more or less points with different groups. So, for example, if I put on a Vishvanka, a Deerstalker, some stubble, now I look, allegedly, like a fancy working class person, so working class people will be nicer to me if I walk up to them on the street and start asking if they're interested in fine leather jackets like the one I'm wearing. Hello. Hoof tracks.
The donkey was being stubborn, but so were they.
There we are. The first lead in our asinine chase.
Okay, now we follow the tracks. Dum 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 dum. Chicks and ducks and geese better scurry when I take you.
They certainly bought a lot of fruit from the boy. Fear of scurvy, perhaps?
Sherlock, get the banana. Potassium. We were merely freshmen. Oh, Susanna. Oh, don't you cry for me.
I hope it got on their ship.
'Cause I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee.
Another bottle of whiskey. Oh, this must be Lieutenant Sean. The sailors couldn't get him inside the tavern.
Don't forget to point the boy to his donkey on our way back.
You know, I'm gonna go do that right now before I forget. Don 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 Quixote. My child, I have located your ass.
I found your donkey. It's not far from here, outside the Wet Whiskers Tavern. You'd better go after it before someone decides to borrow it again.
Thank you, sir. I'll be quick as a flash. Hey, Yusuf, please look after my cart, okay? And don't eat anything. Well, you can have a couple of grapes, but only the small ones.
Well done. I look forward to the beautiful reunion.
Alright. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Sprint on down the road. Completely overshoot our target. Go into the little hole in the wall.
Come on, move! Ugh.
Yeah, that thing's stubborn as... Oh, I get it now.
Good grief.
Delicious sausages.
Good grief. Those drunks are wreaking havoc in there.
A group of rowdy sailors are wreaking havoc in the Wet Whiskers Tavern, raving mad dangerous. Patrons are afraid to stand up to them.
I'll cover you, partner.
Oh boy, I feel a fight scene coming on. Sherlock, are you really going to bring a gun to a bar fight?
Only keys out.
Like
hell.
Sorry, Mac, I was aiming.
I thought we were against murder.
Damn it. Just... Please, please. Get it over with. Okay, let's try that again.
Only keys out. Like hell.
God damn it, will you hold still? Okay. Get over by the environmental hazards, please, and Dankeschön.
I thought we were against murder.
God damn it. Ouch. Ouch.
Eat. Lead.
I was not expecting this to be the case, how the case of the missing violin and also donkey ends.
Only keys out. Like hell.
You get less money for shooting people. God freaking... And also, John will judge you. God, mother of... Hey buddy, over here. Nope. Oh, for the love of...
Oh, you killed him!
I'm gonna hurt you. Eat lead.
I'm gonna do a no-kills run. That is what I promised myself when I started this playthrough.
Only keys out. Like hell.
Put your hand away.
I'm gonna hurt you.
You know what? I don't have my stuff ready yet. That's unfortunate. Like, watch your hand.
Oh, you killed him!
And the guys can't even hit you when you're standing still.
Only keys out. Like hell.
Okay, there's a fire extinguisher over here abouts. Get over here.
Calm him, don't rush.
I shot the man square in the chest. How is that not weakening him?
It won't work this way.
I'm coming for you.
Yes.
Don't bother moving.
I have
Snuff's ready.
successfully KO'd one person.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Did
Give him the pepper snuff.
Did Shirley just punch that guy in the groinular area? Is that what happened? How long have you... Yes, spinning back fast. Come on, buddy.
Don't bother. The snuff's ready.
Ow. What the heck?
No more crime for you until next month.
No. Excuse me.
Don't cry.
Give him the pepper snuff.
No. X.
I'm coming for you.
Do take a nap.
Rest, my friend.
I will end you.
No, you...
Only keys out. Like hell.
Yeah, punch that guy in the knees. Come on, buddy, finish reloading so I can shoot your hat off.
Don't cry, you'll live.
The snuff's ready.
Alright, who's next?
I'm coming.
No more crime for you and... Take a rest.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Sherlock.
No more crime for you until next month. Take a rest.
The snuff's ready.
I'm coming.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Dodge this.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Give all regenerating health a chance to do the thing that's in its name. There is hay. Take a nap.
Don't bother.
The snuff's ready.
Is that not all of them? Jesus.
Too simple.
Okay.
Well, they left me no choice. I think I might be nearing intoxication myself just from the smell of them.
Okay. Now that we're finished with that nonsense. Fireworks. Hooray. It was awfully nice of them to just go outside so we would have a nice open area to have our big bar fight related shootout in. Wait, is this... Okay. My goodness, a violin.
The maker's stamp suggests it was made by a student of Pressender. Quite a lovely instrument.
And somehow, after all the mayhem, it's still in one piece.
Okay. That was a quite... Oh, that was rather silly. Let's see. Baskerville... No, the professors... There we are. That was quite silly. Let's get back, return and possibly purchase our violin. Move it, kid. And finish this side quest.
Here's your violin, Mr. Jones. It might have gained a few nicks and scratches, but considering what it's been through, it's a miracle that it's still in one piece.
God bless you. I am deeply in your debt, Mr. Holmes. The scratches don't matter. They are like scars, each telling a story. It is the sound that matters. Oh, you should hear her sing.
It would be my pleasure.
This melody, Sherlock. Don't you recognize it?
My mother's struggles with mental disease could well be hereditary and affect my mind and rationality.
Look up, Sherry. There used to be an attic up there. We used to sneak in from the roof and listen to Mr. Jones play when we were children. You should tell the old man the truth. I think it will mean a lot to him.
Bravo! I'd forgotten how beautiful a violin sounds in the skilled hands of a virtuoso. That melody, it brought back some memories. I have a confession to make, Mr. Jones. As a child, I used to sneak into the attic above this very room and listen to you play. Spellbound by the music.
Oh, so that was you. After my wife's death, it was difficult to pick up the violin again. But knowing someone was listening helped me persevere. In fact, a young man like yourself could breathe a second life into this instrument. It's a remarkable outlet for one's emotion. You should have it.
I can't accept that. And, well, I don't play.
It's never too late to learn, Mr. Holmes. The way I see it, the violin chose you. Take good care of her.
Sherry, I'm really glad we helped him.
You all couldn't see it, but completing that case got me an achievement called His First Bow, as in his last bow, the final Sherlock Holmes story. It was very funny, I assure you. But yeah, we have a violin now, that's neat. This does, of course, imply that Sherlock's famous story about having found the violin in a pawn shop and bought it for a song is just a lie. Sherlock is the sort of person who brags about being a bargain hunter. Let's see, what else do we have to do? News kiosk. It's a luxury furniture trader. Is this the one we just went to? It's a newsboy. It's a clothing trader at Miner's End. There's a spooky ghost hunter. You know what? As long as we're in the area, or rather, as long as it's fresh in our minds, I want to see if we can't buy some more stuff. For our humble home. Now that we're actually living there. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Excuse me, low poly birds. Okay. Is there a street down here this way somewhere? The big words are kind of covering it.
Come, decorate your house in Oriental style. Marhaba. It's a good day for a purchase.
Not wide enough to hide a body, that's unfortunate. For those who like walls but don't want to commit. And a Venetian chandelier. Keep your servants busy with this total cleaning nightmare. And also a gun.
May your purchase bring you joy.
You know, for children. Okay. Curious how much of a difference this is going to make the actual house.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume?
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Estevaux. Happy to make your acquaintance. I am here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He's on his way to Cordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
Well, I'm not the type to turn down a free mystery.
You have my attention, Mr. Estevaux.
Mark Ridley, the son of General Arthur Ridley, is being blackmailed. Suffice to say, the compromising material is of a delicate nature. The matter is of no small importance to the Crown, especially given the status quo on Cordona.
What about the status quo?
The Ottoman population holds a certain animosity towards the colonial rule.
No.
It's been this way since we took over the island.
Can't
General
imagine.
Ridley made concessions with their leaders, but I'm afraid we are still teetering on the edge of open hostility.
What does Mycroft want me to do? Retrieve the blackmail material?
No, sir, nothing of the sort. Mark Ridley is meeting the blackmailer atop the old city bridge tower. You shall observe from a distance, then establish the blackmailer's identity. Do not attempt to arrest him. We'll handle it from there.
Saving the best for yourself? Fine.
There's a cafe just over the bridge that provides a good vantage point. Please report to me when you are done. I'll be waiting for you here, and remember, discretion is of the essence.
So this is a DLC case, which I got because I pre-ordered the deluxe edition of the game. That's why it just kind of fell on us out of nowhere like that. Goodness me, the rug really does pull the whole room together. We have actual lighting now, too. Incredible.
Home sweet home, Sherry.
I don't know how many people in chat were here when we first started the game, but all the furniture we are purchasing and stocking the house with is stuff that was ours originally, that was auctioned off after Mama and Papa Holmes both went off to that great consulting detective's office in the sky. What else did we even purchase? I don't remember. And there's a rug. There's a rug. Right, well, of course I remember the gun. If I were a gun, where would I be hanging? Thought that might have been it, but it was actually just...
You're not obliged to be here, Sherry. We can leave any time you want.
Probably wouldn't have put a gun in the crazy woman's room. It's not a child's room either.
I think our family portrait used to hang here.
Having successfully done an entire lap around the top floor, not found anything.
Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it?
There's so much stuff in this house. I mean, we always knew Sherlock grew up rich, but criminally. Ah, well. You aren't here to watch me walk around in circles looking for my own furniture. What else do we need to find? Okay, blackmail. Speaking of Mycroft, there's also our quest to recover our stolen coin collection. Search for a gun gives me flashbacks from another game. What game, Walter? And there's a monument of an empty cage. We can go on a ghost hunt. If we want to recover memories, the logical answer would be to go around places that recover memories. Disco Elysium. I have heard a lot of things about Disco Elysium. Yeah, I don't wanna derail too hard, but yeah, Disco Elysium is definitely on my radar, Walter. Thank you for bringing it up, though. City Hall. Let's go to City Hall. If I can just remember where it is. News. It's probably not the City Hall symbol, but I can't be certain. Il Palazzo, that's the hotel. City Hall isn't going to be out here in the poor district. Is this place so complicated? Observation point. The Watchtower. Karasavana. Simarkit. Abbey. Church. Harbor Master's Building. Should not be so difficult to find. Here's the Polizia Station. There's the Nis Papier. Here we are. City Hall. It's still the middle of the night. We got time before the blackmail meeting takes place. It's not like Sherlock needs to sleep or anything. That's what the cocaine's for. Okay, I'm sorry, but I have to go to sleep or else I won't survive the next workday, but I will be able to properly visit your weekend streams. Again, good luck with the game. Thank you, Walter. I'll be sure to save some main cases for you. Bum 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will rock you. Bum. And ran through the briars and the ran through the brambles and the ran through the cases where a rabbit wouldn't go. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. We heard it from the people of the town. Okay, here's the building. Now where's the entrance? Let me in! Let me in! Don't mind me, just trespassing on state property.
Does it look remotely familiar to you?
A large crowd gathered.
Okay.
I was here, young and passionate about the truth. Mycroft stood close to me. He was keen on my attending every official event, that I might prepare myself for the Crown service.
Lucky for you, that was the last time he did it.
There was a stage here, a tribune. The governor gave his speech there. He was lying through his teeth and nobody noticed, or didn't want to, but I noticed. I was extremely irritated by his lies. I shouted my opinions very loudly for everyone to hear.
The crowd went wild.
Yeah, I believe it, Sherlock. And the crowd goes wild. Yay! That was when Mycroft stopped taking us outside.
Mycroft was angry but calm. He led me away from the stage.
And I can only imagine how we reacted.
He told me that I should keep my mouth shut, and that silence is golden. I couldn't stand for that.
Behold, Sherlock Holmes's famous adherence to justice was born here.
And somehow that caused 15 monies to magically manifest in our pockets. When Sherry was a boy, Mycroft would often take him to all kinds of tiresome official events. He wanted his little brother to learn how to behave among the privileged classes, and naturally how to spy on them. So it went until one fateful visit to Cordona City Hall for the old governor's speech. The man stood before a large crowd, clenched fists, fake smile, gently manipulating the audience with a smooth and soulless speech. When the governor finished, the square fell silent for a moment, crowd about to burst into applause. And at that moment, Sherry interjected to point out all the falsities. As the young man spoke, nobody made a sound. The governor stood there, frowning, his sweat glistening in the sun. When Sherlock finished, there were only a few weak claps and the man's awkward gratitudes. Yet the seed of destruction had been planted, and the governor's career would soon be over. Mycroft was furious. He dragged Sherlock away from the square and lectured him that not every truth should be spoken. Silence is golden, he said. But isn't silencing the truth the same as lying? I believe so, as does Sherlock. I only hope that continues. Let's see. Let's get one more memory, then call it a stream. Let's start a big meaty case tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, weekend. I know my own schedule and the current date. Memory began in Old City when we walked along Bazaar Road past the ruins of the Fortress of Holy Spirit. Okay, this is the place. It's just a straight shot down this road. Must run into a waypoint. Must complete one world game. It generally helps if you actually touch the area you're scratching. Yes, here's the place.
Ah, it was an old skull. What a lucky find for a pair of young adventurers.
It was easier to climb these walls back then. Not merely because we're older, but because the ruins are too. Of course. You said we needed to bury him. Do you remember where?
Well, one would think burying a human skull would stick in the mind, but somehow... no.
Sounds like an infection risk. If you don't put anything inside your body, you'll be fine.
Salty breeze, old ruins, dusty roads. Do you recall clambering over these walls as a child?
Let's see. If, as the game would like us to lead to believe, the skull was buried, logically it would have to be somewhere with dirt. There you kids are.
An old man was standing here as we passed.
Oh yes, I remember his face as we flew by with a skull in our hands.
He looked as shocked as our grisly companion.
Yeah, a bit chapfallen he was, no doubt.
Nothing ever bothers an old Ottoman backgammon player.
Just Sherlock Holmes running down the street with a skull in his hand.
This wasn't the right place for a funeral. We were looking for somewhere more appropriate.
Funny, nowadays you love putting men behind bars.
You're a fellow of infinite jest, aren't you? The water level was higher back then.
I remember swimming through this mire while trying not to breathe in the horrible odour. I remember swimming through this mire while trying not to breathe in the horrible odour.
Yeah, the way the game's yelling at me, I don't think we can actually swim through this place.
This is where we buried it. It seems that with time, our friend has emerged once more.
Actually, before we dig up the skull, John just said that, like, we like putting men behind bars, but we haven't put any men behind bars this game thus far. And someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe either of the two, like, Sherlock's early years cases written by Conan Doyle end with any arrests either. Man, just how long has Sherlock been solving cases at this point? What are you looking at?
The skull is ancient. Its likeliest owner was one of the Knights Hospitaller who died during the siege of the fortress. I remember now, you said this skull was my father's.
A child's imagination is a powerful tool. You needed this. A burial process of your own. A ritual so you could begin to grieve.
Here hung those lips that I have kissed, I know not how oft. I felt so alone back then, John. Uncertain. Abandoned by my father.
I know.
The skull wasn't his, though it may as well have been. In the earth, all of us look alike. But putting this man to rest, it did help.
I'm glad, Sherry.
I find myself rather tempted to keep it. If not for sentimental value, then it's archaeological merit.
Sherry, I think we're getting the hang of this.
That's a nice. It is a very nice skull. It's like, man, I own a decorative plastic skull that looks exactly like that. It looks like it was carved. Guess we can tell the man wasn't killed by a shot to the head with a mace or an arrow or something of that nature. Okay, so looking at the stuff we've got unlocked so far, we have our next main case, our first DLC case, buying our furniture back, doing this linked side quest. investigating a monument of an empty cage, going ghost hunting, and doing some nonsense with pirates. But I think all of that can afford to wait. You own a lot of false bones? I don't own a lot of false bones, but I do have a weirdly large collection of false skulls, specifically. But all of that is going to have to wait, because I think this is where we're going to be calling the stream. Thank you all for showing up. I only have one monitor, so I have to click out of the game every time I want to do anything. That's a site I'd like to end on. But if you all are feeling up to it, I have a pretty clear idea of who I'd like to raid. Today is the birthday of one Hero VT, and I think it would be nice if we could drop in on them. So that's what we're going to do. It's my stream, you all don't get a say in the matter. But again, thank you all for showing up. I will see you all on the weekend. And this is where we will be ending today's adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I hope to see you all next time. Goodbye.